Hi, synergize your summer. What the heck does that mean? It's not synchronize, it's not simonize, it's not solidify. No, synergize your summer. So synergize, what that means is that, like, if you have A, B, and C, and you put them all together, the end result is actually greater than the sum of all three of those parts. It's like multiplying. So this is what we are going to learn about tonight, how to synergize our summer by getting healthy. We're going to target our health from three directions. We have three activators that we're going to talk about: Nrf2, Nrf1, and NAD. These are all under the line of Protandim. The three together are what we call the Trisynergizer, and I'll show you why we call it the Trisynergizer. And then we'll go into a little bit about our company, which is LifeVantage. So let's get started diving in. First of all, our health is affected by our day-to-day activities. This is quite a dramatic picture. Both of these women are 80 years old. One woman is a bodybuilder. She's at the gym every day working out. And look at her glowing, face, her just wonderful physique, versus the woman on the right, humped over, using a cane, swollen ankles. I mean, it's quite dramatic, right? The difference. And it is by the day-to-day choices that we make in our lives. So we're going to be diving into a field called nutrigenomics. So nutrigenomics, another fancy word, but if you break it down, it's pretty simple. Nutra meaning nutrition. Genomics is our gene expression. 20 years ago, we did not think we could affect our genes, right? Our genes are our genes. If you have Alzheimer's in your family, I'm one of them, then the chances are pretty good that you're going to get Alzheimer's. Now we have discovered, there's been research in the last 20 years that's showing that we can affect our genetic expression. Our genes are they have a dimmer switch on them, and we can upregulate our good genes and downregulate our bad genes. And it's affected by exercise, what we eat, the supplements we take, the life choices that we make. So it's a very exciting field. The first product that we're going to talk about within this realm is something called Protandim Nrf2. And we're going to back up a little bit and talk about Nrf2 activation. And I'm very pleased that we have a special guest tonight, Lori Summers, and she's going to share some of the science behind this Nrf2.
Thank you. So with what Therese is saying, we discovered, well, not us, but scientists discovered that what we put in our bodies directly affects our gene expression. And to go a little bit deeper, we want to take a look at the cellular level. So our cells have a pathway called the Nrf2 pathway. And the scientists were, through their research, were able to discover that the Nrf2 pathway is responsible for cleaning up the cells. And in their process of studying this pathway, they were able to determine that certain nutrients actually affect our NRF pathway. They activate it. And this was a huge discovery along, with the whole field of nutrigenomics. As it says here, potentially the most extraordinary therapeutic and preventative breakthrough in the history of medicine. And as stated by Washington State University and probably many others. So NRF2 activation was a new breakthrough because we now know that what we put into our bodies can actually activate our pathway and clean up our cells. So what is oxidative stress, or what is that breakdown in our cells? Our cells experience wear and tear just like other things do. And a great example is here on the slide is if we cut an apple and we watch that apple brown and shrivel up and age. And that's similar to what happens in our cells. Our cells have free radicals, and that causes them to experience oxidative stress. And when we're young, the Nrf2 pathway is active and efficient. And so we aren't experiencing a whole lot of wear and tear on our cells. But as we age, that pathway slows down. And we have now discovered that there are specific nutrients that will cause the Nrf2 pathway to activate.
And so what that Nrf2 pathway, what does it actually tell the cell to do?
The Nrf2 pathway actually tells the cell to clean up the oxidative stress, and it reduces, or it starts the healing process, basically rejuvenates the cell. And so Dr. McCord was one of several scientists studying this process and what could we do to activate it. And through that research, he found a specific combination of nutrients that caused the activation in that pathway. And you've probably heard of these ingredients: turmeric, milk thistle, green tea extract, bacopa, and ashwagandha. And these 5 ingredients combined at a specific amount will actually decrease oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days, which is astounding. And it occurs in all people. So as you're taking the Protandim Nrf2 Synergizer, which is made up of these 5 ingredients, you are actually helping your cells repair and rejuvenate. And they found in the studies that the mice that they were studying were actually experiencing an increase in lifespan of 7%, which is really significant.
That is amazing. That is totally amazing. So we're going to jump now to another activator. We're going to get the gunk cleaned out of our cells by Nrf2 activation. And then we're going to do something else with Nrf1 activation. And we have Rhonda Ford on tonight to share what happens with Nrf1 activation. Oh, you're muted, Rhonda. You're still muted.
Thank you. We have a second pathway, and it's called the Nrf1 pathway. Go to the next slide, please, Therese. And this pathway functions to produce our energy, the ATP that we need for energy, just for daily function. And this energy is made by our mitochondria. Mitochondria are our body's batteries, and as we age, the mitochondrial production goes down. We get tired more quickly and more often, and often in the afternoon, we'll decide we need to take a nap. We feel fatigued, and so we just don't get peak energy throughout the day as aging happens. The cellular energy, the ATP, plummets because of this, and the Nrf1 pathway promotes the production of more mitochondria, equaling more energy. So with that said, the Nrf1 pathway also does more than produce energy. It helps maintain our healthy glutathione levels along with the NRF2. They work synergistically in this. It protects our DNA, and our DNA, when our DNA gets messy in our cells, it gets pretty confused and it doesn't know what to do. And that increases our vulnerability to illness and chronic disease. The NRF1 cells signals our cell reproduction, and it also activates cell apoptosis. And apoptosis merely means it's an electrochemical integrity existing to move information across our cell membrane to our brain and to our muscles. So naturally, we want that communication to be top notch. Let's go to the next cell, please, Therese. Thank you. So let's look at the nutrients in NRF1. And I'm sure you'll be familiar with some of these, maybe even take some of these. We have acetyl L-carnitine, quercetin, alpha-lipoic acid, grape extract, and coenzyme Q10. Taking the NRF not only boosts your energy, but conversely, it will allow a person to get the best sleep possible. It's like turning on a switch in your body. You have more energy during the day and you get better sleep at night. The healthy sleep patterns are really the key to our body's ability to repair itself, because it does this best when you get that deep REM sleep. And NRF1 helps facilitate this. I know that when I first started taking the products, we started on NRF2 and NRF1. And I, for one, used to get tired in the middle of the day or even in the morning. I had had back surgery and I felt like I needed to rest frequently. Once that we started taking these products, about 3.5 to 4 months in, I stopped needing to take a nap. I wasn't even aware of it. But one day I just thought, wow, I don't take a nap anymore. I don't feel that need to rest, to regain my energy. And I'm also sleeping better. And so now it's like, for me, I can't wait to go to bed after a full day, because I know that my body is going to rest well. I know that this activation process will allow me to reach that deep REM sleep. And oh, it feels great. You wake up in the morning and you feel so much better. So the benefit of taking the NRF1 activator, and it's a rhetorical question, but who doesn't want more energy? Who doesn't want to protect their immunity levels? Who doesn't want to protect their DNA and get better sleep? So those are great benefits to have. Thank you, Therese.
Absolutely. Thank you. So our third activator is NAD. Now, NAD is a acronym for a longer term, and I can never pronounce it right, but just to say it's the closest we've gotten to a fountain of youth. And this is from Harvard. Okay. Time magazine actually did an article on this and said it's one of the most important molecules for life to exist. Without it, we're dead in 30 seconds. Crazy, right? And so just like everything in our bodies, as we get older, our NAD levels begin to decline. And so we find that this is a significant contributor to aging. And what if we could boost our NAD levels? Well, that's what our Protandim NAD Synergizer does. The results that we see improves mental focus and concentration. This is what I found. I found, like, you know, like in the afternoons, you know how you always have that kind of slump, you want to take a nap, just tired. I couldn't concentrate, you know, at work. And I started the NAD and it's like, oh, I can get through my day and I feel good. And the other thing is I would get off work after working a 12-hour shift and I could do more. I mean, it used to be that I would get off work, I was just tired. I was ready to go home and go to bed. Now it's like, oh, you want to go over to a friend's house? Sure, we'll do that, you know. And I do have more energy now. And I'm in my 60s. It's not crazy. This also supports positive mood and motivation. So there is a psychological component with this. Mental and physical energy supports body's healthy inflammation response. And this is really important. One thing to know, you know, with the oxidative stress that Lori was talking about, oxidative stress is what causes inflammation in the cell, okay? Inflammation is what leads to disease. Almost every disease process out there is related or linked to inflammation. So if you want to look at what the root cause of disease is, it is literally oxidative stress. Goes back to that. So with NRF2, excuse me, you're attacking inflammation, but also the NAD is doing the same thing. This also helps to maintain cholesterol levels that are healthy. That's important. And then to support a healthy vascular system. So four pretty common ingredients: wasabi, oil, olive leaf, cuprous, niacin, and teacrine. They activate this NAD pathway. And then what are the results? We see cellular waste removal, mental focus and concentration is improved, and then just feeling better, feeling good. I mean, that's really what happens when you take NAD. We've bundled these three products into the Protandim Trisynergizer. The three together work synergistically. It's pretty incredible. And let me show you what I'm talking about. So this slide, it looks kind of complicated because it is, but each of these little columns are different genes in our body. And the first little bar is showing what happens if you just take, like this first one is with, these first two are with just NRF2. So if you just take NRF2, this gene that supports your antioxidants and detoxification, it's improved by 40%. If you take all three together, it's improved by 78%. Look at the second one, this healthy inflammatory response, this gene that's responsible for that. When you take it, just the NRF2, it goes up 15%. When you take all three together, look at that, 848% increase. It goes off the page. It's pretty crazy. And so then there's other examples with just taking NRF1, the difference with the gene expression, and then just with NAD, little bit of an improvement. But when you take the three together, my goodness, synergistically working together. It's so clear by this slide. So I feel like everyone should be on the Protandim Trisynergizer. And now we're going to switch gears a little bit and talk a little bit about the company that discovered this and where we're from, who we are, what we do, and where we're going. So I'm going to let Rhonda talk a little bit about this first slide. Oh, you're still muted, Rhonda.
Okay, the products, the NRF2 being the first one, was discovered or scientifically developed in a laboratory in 1968. It wasn't brought to market until 2003. And then the market at that time were the GNC stores, possibly Vitamin Cottage, but the higher level supplement stores. In 2005, investigative report on ABC's Prime Time led to a flurry of media attention, and a lot of people started paying attention. What is this NRF2, and can you tell me about it? Well, in the GNC stores and Vitamin Cottage stores, the little salesperson could not have been able to tell you what Therese and Lori and I have told you this evening. There was no way. And so the company, realizing this, they were losing money and they were about to go bankrupt, and yet they knew that they had this most amazing product. So they switched to direct sales in 2009. And that's where it remains today. That's what this is. We're publicly traded on NASDAQ. The call letters are LFVN. And I, for one, am really proud of the corporate leadership. We have had a chance to meet all of them at our different meetings across the country. We've had a chance to meet and visit with the board of directors, and everybody on the team, including the scientific development team, are just amazing people. We've also partnered with Linus Pauling Research Institute in Oregon. And so this is a big thing for researching. Okay, thank you, Therese.
Absolutely, thank you. Top notch. We are debt-free. We became debt-free in 2020. Our headquarters are out of Utah, Lehi, Utah. So this is a USA company. We started in the United States. We have, in the last 10 years, expanded our market to over 20 different countries. Our latest country was the Philippines, which isn't even shown here. And the Filipinos are in love with these products. It's just been booming in the Philippines. So if you know anyone that lives there, you have to tell them about LifeVantage, because they could probably do a pretty good business there. We plan on continuing to grow. This is a network marketing company, and a lot of people have a bad taste in their mouth with regards to network marketing. The Amways of yesteryear, they did some things that we don't agree with, okay? And it gave a lot of people that bad taste. This is not a pyramid scheme. This is a very viable marketing strategy. And we are doing phenomenally well. Network marketing globally is doing phenomenally well. Look at this number, $325 billion in sales. So, and it's continuing to trend upward. Every year that they look at these numbers, it's a little bit higher. So I'm not even sure, this was in 2020. I'm not even sure what, the last couple of years have brought us, but it's not the network marketing of yesteryear, where you had a garage full of product and you were knocking on your neighbor's doors or delivering products to people, having to do all this paperwork. this is all online. You just send people to your website and show them, the website is a lovely website. You get your own website when you sign up as a consultant for this company. Can you do it? I mean, can you make money doing this? So that's always the big question. And so as a consultant, we're discovering they just changed actually their marketing model just last, when was it? Last March?
Mhm.
And I got a raise, a pretty dramatic raise. I'm making about $500 more a month than I was prior to this change. And I am now a Pro 5. So the average Pro 5, if you look at this chart, monthly income average is about $1. Okay. Pro 3 is really a good goal for if you decide you want to become a consultant. We used to be called distributors, but now we're called consultants. But you can make an extra $645 a month as a Pro 3. Who could use an little extra money right now, especially with inflation? I mean, this chart on the left shows how much inflation has gone up. And this is just from 2020 to 2021. I mean, it's even worse. So look at this. The average family will need an additional $433 per month to survive. And this was from 2021. That's $5,200 per year. Well, guess what? If you get a few of your friends and family to get on this, get a few consultants underneath you, you're well on the road to Pro 3 and making a little over around $600 a month. So that's awesome. Like I mentioned, this is a laptop lifestyle. You can do this anywhere. You can do this in your pajamas, in your office. You can do it on the beach. You can be talking on the phone while you're walking your dog. I mean, we do this business as it fits our lifestyle. And, it's just fun to be able to work out of your home. There's some pretty amazing tax benefits when you work out of your home. So it's kind of a win-win all the way around. I mean, you get a good tax break, you're making a little money, plus you're taking a product that is wonderful for yourself and for your family and for your friends. So why not share it with everyone? So I want to thank all of you for joining us. And, what are you going to do now? Well, there's 3 choices that you have. You can either talk to whoever invited you to this and just say, I'm all in. I want to become a consultant. This is exciting. I know I can, get my family and friends to listen to this. That's really all you need to do, is to just get them to listen to this information, and then they can decide what they want to do. Or you might just say, yeah, I think I just want to try it for myself, see how it works for me. Sorry, I don't want to give you guys a bird. But the third choice is, if you're thinking, I think I want to do a little more research, that's great. We have an amazing Facebook group that we can direct you to that has articles, it has testimonials, it has some of the research that has been done on our products. So it's great to dive into that group and learn what you can about our products and our company. So thank you all again, and connect with whoever invited you to this meeting, and you can learn more.